welcome to The Know. I'm Ashley.
I'm Brian.
And we have got an early copy of Spider-Man for PlayStation 4 thanks to Sony. Shout out to Sony. Thanks for sending that over. Pretty dope.
Yep.
I've already played and completed the game.
Oh,
I know.
so jealous.
There are times doing this job where you're like, I am so lucky to do what I do, and this is definitely one of those times.
It's the best.
So we actually already have a standalone video out. John and I both played through the game, and we have thoughts. We also have some very different opinions about certain elements of the game, so you can, if you want to get sort of multiple perspectives on the gameplay and the characters and all that sort of stuff, absolutely check out that video. But what we wanted to do today is show you just pure, unedited gameplay from the first section of the game, so that you can get an idea what you'll be going into when the game releases tomorrow. Well, I think it's out in like maybe New Zealand, you lucky Kiwis, already.
No fair.
And going into Australia as well, just as the date rolls over.
Yes.
So some people in the world already have the game as well. But this way you can decide if you want to get Spider-Man at launch, or if you want to wait for some reason, whatever. Hopefully this gameplay will help you decide. So we're going to basically just start a brand new game and go. I'm going to do it on normal.
Okay. Is that amazing difficulty?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to turn on subtitles because if we're having conversations, you'll want to be able to see what's going on in the cutscenes as well.
Do you do subtitles with lots of things now? I put them on games all the time.
I do tend to do subtitles for the most part, just because they don't bother me the way they used to.
Yeah, and if they're accents or something, I can't always make out what they're saying. So sometimes help. I know, old man problems.
All right, so the game, basically the premise, and you get into a lot of this fairly quickly, is that you this isn't the origin of Spider-Man. You've already been Spider-Man for 8 years or so, and this is your life now. And it's a pretty good introduction, I think. I like not having to go through the origin story because
we don't need that anymore.
We've had it so many times. I actually really liked that in MCU they skipped the origin story. Yeah, for Homecoming. They're just like, he's already Spider-Man.
Also, he got bit by a radioactive spider. That's kind of all you need.
Yeah, it's like he can do spider things.
Yeah, he's a human spider.
Yeah, and there's different iterations of Spider-Man, like how the powers came to be, etc. And in this one, you can definitely, or like not how they came to be, but how they manifest.
Okay.
Like you have some where he shoots, like in the movies, he just like shoots the webs out of himself, and then other ones where he's got the web shooters.
Right,
this one he has the web shooters.
I like the web shooters better. That seems, if you can call this realistic, like a little. I mean, how's it gonna come out?
And so you can see here immediately in the intro, the villains that this Spider-Man has already taken on.
This is a nice way of setting up everything without having to bury you with a bunch of dialogue.
Yeah, so it's just sort of establishing, like, hey, you've already been through all these villains, you've already done all these things.
Right.
And this is our first look at Peter Parker and his little spider undies.
And he still lives like a college student.
He does, but you can see he's also does his own like sciencey experiments and inventions and everything.
Oh,
and
I like.
Clearly doesn't wash his Spidey suit enough.
Totally.
Fairly smelly. Gross.
It'd be cool if it was like stained. Like it's got beer stains on it.
Come on. I feel like this is the sort of suit that has many technical advancements. One of them is it's wrinkle-free, and the other one is that it does not stain. Stain resistant.
Probably.
And obviously he's in some sort of, some trouble economically. He's having a bit of a hard time.
Yeah, he's in like a one room. Yeah, he's not living it up.
No, he's like, his bills are past due. He's not living the glam lifestyle.
Right.
He's working hard. And so you immediately transition into gameplay, which is great.
So you're playing.
Yeah,
now.
so you immediately start playing.
Looks great. The graphics look, I don't know.
And then this sort of walks you through the basics of web swinging. So
R2 is your main.
Yeah, you'll just swing basically like this. You'll go up, and then you'll let go, and then you'll swing up, and then you'll let go, and then you'll swing up, and then you'll let go, and then if you just sort of hold the R2 button and nothing else, you sort of just hang there.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
if you, so the left stick will at least direct your swings, and it will automatically let go at the apex of a swing.
Okay.
And let you go there. Otherwise, you can start to add fancy bits into it. You can zip around like this with the X button. You'll see all these attachment points. You can zip to a specific point like that and then launch off it, which is pretty great.
A web zip.
Yeah, so that way you can like.
So what does he do there? He's like.
He's like grabbing something and just like yanking on it. So instead of swinging, he's basically traversing without losing altitude specifically.
Oh, cool. Did you find yourself getting like better at web slinging, like able to do, I don't know, stay in the air longer or do more tricks?
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll unlock new abilities as well that will help you with your traversal. Or I mean, you can optionally choose to unlock those abilities if you want to.
Okay.
But it starts off and it's fairly easy to use.
Yeah.
But then you do get better at it. You get faster at it, and you start just zipping around the city, and it starts feeling really good.
I feel like this whole distance to your target. This reminds me of Sunset Overdrive a little bit. I know a lot of games do this, but it's
well, and this is by the developers of Sunset Overdrive, so a lot of the elements and formula in that game. They're very much part of this. You know, there's the very open world. It's the traversal is a huge focus of it.
It shared a lot of DNA. I
the
think
collectathon elements, all of that. So yeah, when they said that Insomniac was developing this, I was like, oh my god, that's
perfect.
Like that Sunset Overdrive formula is really great for Spider-Man.
Yeah, it was almost like a proof of concept for a Spider-Man.
So right now you're off to tackle Fisk, having some issues.
So is he sort of behind this heist?
Not exactly.
Okay.
So this is Fisk's men for sure.
And there goes the guns. Yep.
Ta-da!
Classic
and now
Spider-Man.
this is your introduction to combat. So you have a couple of basic attacks. There's a web strike, or there's just a basic attack.
Got it.
And then you see the flashing white light.
Yes.
That's saying that there's an attack coming on you.
Okay.
Like someone is getting ready to attack you.
That's your spider
and
sense.
So you'll dodge. And then you can also perfectly time dodges and get, like later on you get bonus points out of it.
Okay.
And there's a lot of different ways the combat can play together as well. So if I punch this dude and then slide under his legs. So that's basically just like a punch and then a dodge. And then
you're incorporating the web shooting in there too.
Yeah, so basically a web shooting attack will pull you into an enemy really quickly. Or if you're in the air, you can like hold it and like yank them to the ground and all that.
Oh, I like that.
And a lot of your combat abilities also get enhanced during as you like level up new abilities.
Yeah.
And now here you see you've got a web shooter, and it takes time to recharge. But
so every time you shoot it, it takes one of those blocks.
Yes, you can see the blocks in the upper right-hand corner.
There's a lot of guys on his payroll.
I wonder how it recharges. What's the science?
Hey, look, you don't need to look the science horse in the mouth.
Some kind of magic.
Maybe it's a cooldown.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Spider-Man, what's your status?
And then you can also do. This is pretty fun.
We're about to go in.
Nice upper. Oh, yeah.
And then you can sort of like kick them out of the way.
Yeah, some juggling. Boom. Fuck out. And this is definitely, we joked about it on Glitch Please, but Spider-Man's sort of a non-lethal
Yes.
guy.
So
Like,
you'll
he's
see
gonna beat 'em up,
he'll web guys and then like leave them hanging to against sliding posts, whatever.
That's a classic Spider-Man move. Leave them for the cops.
Yeah. Mind you, some of this stuff does seem like it would be kind of painful at the very least. Like, and that's a manhole
cover. That is going to kill you or permanently damage or break.
You can also, and this is quite fun, usually if you can knock someone down,
Yeah.
you can then web them to the ground, or
Oh, that's cool.
you can, if you can get them up against a wall, you can web them to the wall, which basically instantly takes them out of the action.
That's cool.
And boom, traversing again.
The webbing really introduces a lot of different, because there's a lot of things you can do with the webs. You can sling things around, sling people around, you know, so
Yeah.
that's really cool to see it in combat.
Yeah, and it's really integral to how Spider-Man fights in this as well.
Totally.
Like, he's already acrobatic, and he's really quick
Right.
to respond, but the webbing takes it to a
Yeah.
whole new level.
Yeah.
So here you are. There's a standoff at Fisk Tower.
Okay.
They're going to take Fisk down, and Fisk is not cooperating. This is Yuri Watanabe. She is one of the police and one of your allies in the city.
Gotcha. She's your hookup with the cops.
Yeah. You know, she doesn't necessarily like you a ton. She thinks you're kind of annoying,
Okay.
but she also knows that you're useful and that they can use you.
She kind of
to benefit.
recognizes Spider-Man's importance.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Hey, where you going?
And
So
now
this-
we're back into combat.
So this is kind of Kingpin's last stand, it seems like. We're
Yes.
attacking this tower.
Now you can
Oh,
you can web. It's pretty cool. You can
Wow.
web strike immediately into combat
Very
and then
cool.
go from traversal to combat just in a second.
Okay.
No loading, nothing like that.
That's awesome.
And then as you fight, you'll build up as you like build combos and everything,
Yeah.
or dodge. Then you build up a focus bar. That's you see that where there's next to the combo.
The little, okay, yeah, with the Spider-Man face bar.
Yeah. And you build that up, and then you can use that to heal. Or you can also use that for additional abilities.
Okay.
Not right now, but later on in the game.
Okay.
I'll show you that pretty quick. So there's, see, just webbed into a wall. He was not nearly dead, but now he may as well be. I mean, not dead. Worn out. Tuckered out. Tired.
Right. Well, what are they doing? Is it in Pokemon they faint?
Yeah, he
He
fainted.
fainted.
And then you can also scan, and it'll show you sort of where the enemies are.
Okay.
Come on, get walled. Get webbed, buddy. Get webbed. Yes.
So is all you can do heal right now with your focus bar?
Yes.
Okay.
Later on, that'll change, but it does introduce you to things, kind of like not slowly necessarily, but
Yeah.
sort of one at a time
Yeah,
to
but
let you
yeah.
like train up on them a little bit
Yeah.
before it starts introducing more complexity.
It's kind of getting you used to paying attention to your focus meter.
Yeah. All right. So, ta-da! All healed up.
I can definitely see what they were saying with the whole graphics downgrade controversy. When Insomniac was like, no, the sun moved. It's in a shadow because it looks
You will-
completely different when it's shadowed.
Different suits also look really different.
Yeah.
So this suit, like your basic starter suit, a little bit like has a very different sort of reflectivity.
Right. See, I thought he was going to start with the white spider suit because that's, you know, the one we've always seen.
No, but we'll get that
in the
pretty
trailer.
quick.
Okay.
It's that sort of introduces you to the idea of getting more suits.
I gotcha. This is very much like the classic Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Look.
This is like the
Red and
this
blue.
suit that he designed for himself that he's just been using.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
Come on.
And I don't know how does the webbing dissolve or do they?
So if
Because I think in
you
the comics, like it'll usually dissolve, you know, after an hour or something.
yeah, they don't address that too
Okay.
much. It's mostly the idea I think of the police will come mop them up.
Got it. Yeah.
But this is fun.
Spider-Man,
Wall
status.
crawl. What's up?
Awesome.
Or it goes fast way. You can just run.
Very cool. I like. Yeah. Why shouldn't he be able
Choppers
to
are
run?
taking fire.
And yeah, so they don't address it too closely with a lot of
Okay.
that stuff. Occasionally he'll put them all like in a big group and say, "Hey, come get them."
Not
Yeah.
yet.
But otherwise,
Picked up
they
Chandler. They're wiping
they're
all
just
their
sort of
data servers.
they're there. You leave them
That
be.
evidence, if we want to put him away
And
for good.
the only ones that really dissolve are before they're fully knocked out.
Okay.
they
Call
will.
from me.
They'll break them.
Yeah, they'll be able to break them in, like in a struggle.
Hi, Aunt May.
Spider-Man's a pretty overpowered superhero when you think about it.
He's-
He's got a
he's
lot of
really good
different.
in this.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure we're still on for dinner.
you got the speed, the strength, can stick to walls. Plus, he's got radar, basically.
Love you too.
And this is a fun thing too. You can so you can dodge in the air,
Okay.
which will be good. So
Oh,
you can
that's
see
cool.
you can sort of see the gunshot indicators.
Yeah.
That they're going to be shooting you, and then they turn red right before an actual attack.
Nice. Oh, I liked how you could web.
You can
sling
yeah
him
you
in
can
the
web
air.
them, and then sort of drag them around.
Oh, was that a gun indicate when it got all?
Yes.
Okay. Looked all matrixy for a second.
Yeah, when you occasionally if you do like a perfect dodge,
Yeah.
it'll slow time down for you a little bit, and that's another ability that you can unlock later on.
I like the slow time down.
And
though.
now we're being introduced to finishers.
Okay.
So this is one of my favorite things in
Okay.
combat, because see how that's totally full?
Yeah.
Now you just get an instant finish. It's
Ooh.
super stylish too. So that's like a 2-button combination. You have to hit the triangle button and the circle button at the same time,
Oh, triangle circle. Okay.
and then you'll just instantly take down
That's very
any
cool.
non-special enemies. There are some enemies where
Ooh, a Hurricane Rana. Nice.
that's whatever that is.
It's like a wrestling move.
Where you can there are like big thugs like heavies or something where
Got it.
you can't just tackle them down.
Oh, okay. All right. So I noticed it as a combo count over
Yeah.
there. What does that do?
That'll
just
help
for
you
fun?
build focus.
Okay. All right.
So the higher the combo goes, the more focus you're gonna
Got
build
it.
up,
Okay.
and then you get fun bonuses.
Gotta find that server room before there's no evidence left.
Combo looks. The combat looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, the combat and it feels really good as well.
Going this way, they'll destroy all the evidence.
Like you
should
never.
look for a sneaky way.
So they can see enemies in there.
There we go.
So we're not gonna go there. We're gonna go up
So now we're
there.
gonna stealth a little bit.
Yep.
Like my own private
And
adventure.
that's something to get used to as well. If you're
This may be a
especially in an
dirty criminal.
interior
He has
location,
remarkably
just like
clean
start
areas.
looking for vents.
Log wants
Okay.
everything erased.
That makes
Make it
sense.
delete any bad things.
This is fun.
Oh yes,
So cute when they're
yes.
oblivious.
That's
I don't know how the police are gonna find him to mop him up. He might just
Right, he's
he
gonna
might just
die.
live there forever now.
He's gonna die in an air vent.
Yeah, but the important thing is I didn't kill him.
That's
Support? I forgot my password.
you just created the conditions to where you might die.
I think his crimes created those conditions.
That's true. You know what? You're right. You should have thought it. He knew the risks when he got involved. He's working for a guy named
You guys
Kingpin.
at my laptop over.
I like the double webs he'll shoot out sometimes. That's really cool. I noticed that Marvel, like the comics, I think they have rebooted Amazing Spider-Man, and I wonder if that's kind of in
More based on
conjunction
this.
with this. Yeah.
Oh no, I lost the evidence. I took too long. I'll redo this fight.
Is this tech support? I forgot my password.
Don't let him near the console!
So we gotta get to the console to retrieve some sort of
Stalin, the system's still purging!
I thought the IT guys at my laptop were rude.
Slow your brain.
Gotta access that console
So
before
you can
everything's
get through
gone.
fights a lot faster if you want to.
Cool.
Let's see just how good their security is. Aw, you guys forgot the latest kernel patch.
Hiding so cowardly.
So there's your buddy.
Says the guy frantically
Wilson
erasing his
Fisk.
search history.
After all these years, you're still just an ignorant child.
True, but that's part of my charm, isn't it?
Damn you. Get that door down now!
Fight.
Destroy everything.
Oh,
Look around you. I do this. What have you ever done, lad?
Well, there was that time I took down a pompous, overstuffed crime lord before breakfast.
I'll teach you some respect.
Without me, the scum I kept in check will run rampant, and it'll be your fault.
Been a long, tough road, Fisk. Almost sad to see it end.
bullet.
Yeah, you can take, and some of the shots,
Get ready.
right now, basic shots will do a fair amount of damage to you, but, and so sometimes it's good to prioritize the gunmen,
Right.
just because
Right.
they're more of an annoyance than anything long term, but they are very annoying.
And in this, your suit is not armored, right?
No, it is not. Okay, so here we go.
Yuri, an explosion just...
I saw it. Fisk could have the whole place wired. I'm sending in a bomb unit.
I'll make sure no one gets in their way.
Can he walk on his webs?
No,
Okay.
not in this.
So cool.
I think that's all of them.
It's clear.
Now you get introduced to shields that are super annoying.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so there are, so far,
Part getaway
there's
plan?
been just like basic enemy types. There's
Right.
been the dudes that will punch you and the dudes that will shoot you.
Right.
And now you start getting introduced to a few other enemy types.
Got it.
Because the different enemy types will all require different approaches in order to successfully fight. So, for example, hey, where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going?
Let's turn our backs to this
Where are you
guy.
going, friends? Oh, where? Wait,
Yeah,
what
where
the hell?
are they
Where are you going? Maybe they're just heading up the stairs
Hey, guys.
here.
Everyone clear out! Evacuate the building!
I heard more people back that way.
Yay, I
I'll
freed
find them.
people.
Spider-Man! We
Friendly
can't
neighborhood.
move! We're pinned down!
Oops.
I'll lift it. When you're free, get
So
out
there
fast.
are, you'll also
You can
find in the
walk,
game there's a
help the
bunch of
injured,
quick time
got it?
events.
Okay.
Oops. Yep, pushed a button. So strong.
Thank you!
So muscle. Does not skip leg day.
He's a does not
your
skip
way.
leg day.
Spider-Man, it's Yuri.
How we doing, Captain?
Could be better. Our choppers took a beating. We just had to ground our last one. If Fisk calls in a chopper, we have no one to stop it from landing.
And no one
You
to
weren't
chase
kidding
him if
about
he
the
flies away.
vents. There's a lot of
Why
vent
do I get the
crawling.
feeling that's what he was planning
Yeah,
all
this
along?
intro part really wants you to know that vents are important.
Yeah.
Damn. Yuri, get EMTs up here, fast!
We're trying.
Do we know what caused that explosion? Oh, there we go.
Maybe that guy.
Speak of the guy with the bazooka, I'm gonna say.
So yeah, you've got to just straight up dodge those, otherwise they're gonna ruin your day. Oh, like that.
Ooh.
They do a lot of damage.
Definitely need to let that guy out.
That's enough out of you. More rockets? A little
And
excessive, don't you think?
there are
Oh,
a couple more.
just when we figured it out.
One of the things that you can do to make combat a lot easier for yourself is if you can get an enemy knocked down and then just immediately web them to the ground or to a wall or something.
Right, I know what you
It
mean.
saves them getting back up.
And then once you web them down, they're
Why
kind
guys
of
get through
done.
this?
Yeah.
They're out of the fight.
Settle down. I've got enough for everybody.
Should have stayed in bed. Today, you die! Grab off me!
Finisher.
Now,
Boom.
that is a choice that you have to make, though. See how
Must be
I'm
somewhere
quite low
ahead.
on health?
Yes.
Okay.
You
yeah.
have to choose between using a finisher
Right.
and
Or refilling your
yourself.
health, yeah.
I may have made the wrong choice there.
Well, you got some back.
Ah, thankful.
Does it regenerate?
A little bit.
Okay.
Between fights.
Oh, now shield
You
guys.
guys all right?
We were just about to call for backup.
I think I'm it.
Lead the way. We'll be right behind you.
Oh, this doesn't seem good.
Heads up, boss.
Traitors.
Traitors.
Spidey sense.
Whoop.
But now I gotta fight them. So
So got one, but you still got 5.
these guys are annoying.
So you got to get them from behind.
Yes, you cannot directly attack them from the front.
So your plan didn't work. On to plan
So
B.
you can leap
Kick in the
over
face.
and then try to get them before they turn around, or you can try to go underneath,
Like
or
their legs. Or,
yeah, basically.
so it's not as easy as you're making it look.
I mean, I've been playing for a while, so I've sort of got used
Yeah, you
to the
creamed
combat.
those guys.
They were Willie's last
But
line of defense.
it does
outside
take
his
a
office.
little bit of getting used to at
Take it
first,
down.
just because you have to be like, this enemy type,
With
do this,
play.
this
Yeah,
enemy type,
yeah,
do
yeah.
this. But nothing that's going to be too crazy surprising for most people.
Okay. Overall, did you find it hard or, challenge-wise?
I find, oddly enough, some of the random encounters that you get out in the city are more difficult than a lot of these ones.
Okay.
Especially a faction that comes later in, this Sable mercenary company.
Okay. Oh, right.
They
Writing your
have
memoirs?
like
Don't forget the
crazy tech.
hyphen
They'll just like
between spider
drop
and
a ton
man.
of bombs on you, and just
Get the
basically,
chopper
if you
ready.
get stuck
I won't be long.
somewhere for a second, you're probably dead.
Okay.
So that one, you're like, you need to pick off as many as you can.
Surprised you made
You know,
it
in
this
hiding or draw them off
A little
where
more
they.
strategic. And
But your
Yeah.
foolishness
You can't just
ends now.
dive into the middle and start swinging. I mean, you can, but it's not going to go great. So,
you do know I can still
Fisk
see you,
thinks he's
right?
got us trapped.
8 years of this insolence.
Well, okay, maybe he does.
Oh, for me? You shouldn't have. Gotta wait for
that's a weird thing to have in your office. Just
Eh.
some. Oh,
Nah, every good office
Yeah.
needs to have them.
to deal with bad employees.
I'm destroying your sweet turrets, dude.
Yeah, trying to stay alive. How is
What's
this?
wrong, Willie? You seem
Spider-Man.
angry.
I will destroy you.
Now, Wilson Fisk enters the fight. But you do have some really cool opportunities
An opening.
with a lot of things is to web things
throw
back
at
at
him?
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoop!
Oh. Peace.
He is not happy with you.
No. So you can't just melee him. You've got to like web him.
Yeah,
and-
he's gonna he'll mess you up. And a lot of these boss fights, they will have those kinds of quick time events where you get to a certain point and then something will happen and you have a quick time event, and then like this. Or there'll be a cinematic event to take you from like one phase of the fight to the next fight.
Sort of like his different forms in a way.
Yeah.
And you don't see his health. I
Everything
notice.
that's wrong
No,
with
you
this
do not.
city.
Huh. I was gonna say the same to you.
You know what to do, man. Surrounded.
Alright, so now we've got to deal with underlings and Fisk, which is
Everyone engage. You fool! Train to fight, don't fight! Come on, hit him!
fortunately he's going to do some of the work for me.
You're out of your depth! I don't want excuses! Bring it! What do I pay you for? Ah!
So avoidance becomes a big thing in a lot of these fights. Because you can't end up dealing with so many enemies that you just...
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have, at least right now, something that can, just sort of knock out multiple people.
No. So I would find that on some of these fights, if you get in a bad place just for a second, you can get in an awful lot of
It
trouble.
can snowball. Yeah. Okay. Great load screens.
Everyone engage!
And the combination sometimes of dealing with the normal bad guys plus like some other heavy hitter like
this
ruining your day
charging, unblockable guy.
is it can be a lot. Oh, hold on, he's gonna do some work for me.
Oh, nice. I like that. I hate games when bad guys' attacks don't hurt other bad guys.
Rush him! Now!
Oh, nice.
Get back down here!
Yeah, so you're trying to clear out the goons as quickly as you can, and ideally, like, far away from him.
Yes. Try and like stay out of his range. Clear them out so that then I can focus. Because if I don't, he's gonna mess me up.
Right.
He hits very hard, and he is not happy with me. I can't imagine why. I'm very charming.
Yeah, you're
Whoa!
wisecracking and
Shut your mouth!
Very witty.
Tiresome annoyance!
Hang in there.
All right,
It'll be
so
over soon.
let's see. We're in pretty good shape for now. Whoop. And now back to this.
whooping on him.
Oop. Maybe.
You'll die as uselessly as you live!
Get your best shot.
Oh, I guess I won't. I thought I was gonna be all clever.
I'm gonna block that with my face.
So next phase.
Okay.
More fun mini quick time events. And the quick time events are never crazy difficult.
Yeah.
So, should we kiss now? Yeah, maybe later.
So that's the start of the game. You just took
Wow.
down Fisk. You took down
Yeah.
Kingpin, and that's how you kick
Pretty
off.
cool intro.
Yeah, absolutely. But then now that we've done this, the world will start to open up a little bit more.
Just doing a perp walk.
No, his suit got all messed up.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Finally off to Rikers, huh? You know, I think you've got more enemies in there than I do.
If you think this will be more than a minor inconvenience...
Whoop, gotta go. Hey, good luck, Willie. I have a feeling you're gonna need it.
Idiot! I'm the one who kept order in this city! 1 month! In 1 month you'll wish you had me back!
He's confident.
Yeah.
The Kingpin is heading to
All
prison.
right, so here we
End of an
are.
era.
We're a little bit messed up.
I should celebrate.
We're a little
Maybe
wrecked,
take a vacation.
but still
That's
pretty cool.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Now I find here
Oh,
we've leveled up.
Okay.
So as you increase in levels, you'll get different sort of like bonuses. Your health will go up.
Okay.
You might swing faster, that kind of thing.
Okay, that's helpful.
And then you also,
Skill tree.
each time you level up, you will get a skill point, which you can then put into a new ability.
Okay.
And pretty much all the abilities are helpful, but depending on whether, like, where your priority is gameplay-wise, that can determine what you emphasize. So,
Do you have a preference?
yeah, so as an example, you can, with Innovator's a lot of, like, gadgety stuff and, like,
Okay.
new attacks that way.
Okay.
Defender will help you to resist other attacks, or, like, you can, say, get more focus here. So you rack up a combo, you get more focus,
Okay.
and then you can use that to heal or to do more
Got it.
finishers. And then here, like, there's these different, like, timing things where if you time things just right, then you get more focus out of
Okay.
it, or time will slow down. And then Web Slinger's a lot of traversal stuff.
Okay.
Whereas, so that you had that zip where you go directly on this,
Yes.
so you can do it a
The
second time.
one, okay.
And or you can do more air attacks, or you can do, this is fun. So there are aerial tricks that you can do, where you, like, as you're swinging through the city, you can do, like, somersaults, and that's
Oh, that's
just it's
cool.
kind of fun for the
Yeah.
most part. What that'll help you do is just as you're traversing, you'll slowly build up extra XP, and you'll get more focus, so you can go into a fight full focus.
Got it.
But there's a lot of different ones that you can do. For me, the first one to unlock, I'm not really doing perch takedowns, but I think I'm going to unlock here we go. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to unlock
okay.
this way. I can web them and then
Okay.
swing them around like they're an object.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So that's the one that I'm going to unlock. And now it's traversal time.
Parker, where are you?
see.
The committee will be here soon. We
Here,
need to run
and
an
then bounce
equipment
off.
check.
And then
I'm almost
eventually you
there.
can get stuff
Blocks
to
away.
that'll chain all of these moves
Guess I'll
together
just
as
do it
well.
myself.
So
No,
you've got
no,
like more
it's
of the
not
web
safe.
zips, and you can do you get like a really nice like bonus
Gotta love
momentum
Doc's enthusiasm, but sometimes
from
it
launching
gets him into
off a
trouble.
point.
Better get there before he hurts himself.
And if you want to get going fast, then you can
Nice.
sort of dive
Kind
to
of
the
a
ground.
dive, yeah.
So the swinging isn't super, like, people were asking if the swinging was going to be really physics-based.
Right.
Loosely, sure.
Yeah.
In that you can, like, build up momentum, and, the way that you leave a jump can generate more speed and everything.
Yeah.
But it also is very generous. It wants you to feel cool as you're traversing the
pushing, yeah,
city.
yeah.
So it's going to help you out.
And so he's going to his job, but as I think we've said, he doesn't work at the Daily Bugle.
No, so
there's
in
no
this
J.
game,
Jonah Jameson bossing him around.
J. Jonah Jameson is in the game.
Oh,
He's
good.
now got a radio show.
Oh,
but you're
perfect.
not working for him anymore.
Okay, yeah.
You are now working as a lab assistant. So we'll go and check that out.
Yeah, this is more scientist Peter Parker than reporter.
Yes. And so what I'll do is we'll go through some of this stuff and then show the initial unlockables, and that I think will give a pretty good overview of what you can expect from the game for the most part. So you're working for this guy. His name is Dr. Octavius.
I thought he looked familiar.
Yep. So this is Otto. You are working for him. He's an inventor. He may be familiar to a lot of Spider-Man fans, but he is currently he's not.
I think I can handle it.
He hasn't moved on to his next career.
Got it.
He's he's in fact your mentor. You interned for him. You went to work
Okay.
for
like
him,
that.
and he supports you. You support him. So you sort of work as his lab assistant.
Maybe we should abort.
Not yet.
But he's working on the next generation of prosthetics.
That's awesome. He's one of my favorite Spider-Man universe characters.
And I really like him in this. He's just a really lovely guy.
Yeah.
You know, and he's in it to help the world, and he's particularly in this case trying to get this sort of Neuralink with prosthetic arm to help veterans.
Okay, yeah. Sort of injured or paralyzed people, yeah.
Yeah. However, you were running late, so you couldn't help him with tests before the committee came by, and as a result, the experiment hasn't maybe gone as well as it could have, and now he's in trouble.
In the next phase.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Is there somewhere else we can discuss this?
Because they don't
Maybe
like
you should
seeing
take the rest
smoke
of the
or
day off
fires.
later.
Yeah, he's getting called to
We'll talk later.
the principal's office, so to speak.
Yeah, basically. Well, that's what you get for being late. Got your boss in trouble.
It's all his fault.
How could the dampener have failed? I know
But
Doc
this is
said take the day
this is
off.
the prosthetic that he's
I have to
actually
figure out what
working
we're
on.
Okay.
So you can check it out a
bad
little bit,
shape,
and you can
little
see
guy.
like it's not working great.
Let's see what's wrong with you.
And then so this is where and this is a very small part of the game, but it's kind of fun. There are these different puzzles that you'll go through.
Okay.
They're kind of just very basic like problem-solving puzzles,
Okay.
but they're a nice mix-up from bouncing around the city at 100 miles an hour. So in this case, you're basically fixing some paths.
And what do you, is this just kind of a side thing that?
So
Or is
this one is part of
the mission?
the thing, but there are some additional ones you can do on the side if you want to.
Okay. I like these.
Got it.
And so they start off really easy, and then
Yeah.
they get progressively more challenging, and they'll throw
need to reroute
more
server
elements at you. So this is a nice introduction to them, though. This one, let's see, you need to, yep, okay. You get, now it's introducing directional ones, so you may get certain pieces that can only be used in certain directions.
And you can't go through those gray squares.
Right, so these are locked off. You can't do anything with those.
Yeah, pretty straightforward.
Nice. Okay, what next?
And now it introduces voltage. So in addition to direction specific, you also need to make sure you hit target voltages.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you got to use a red one and the red one. And
Yeah, exactly. So this, I'm not going to hit the right voltage, so I need to change it out.
Finished.
Ta-da! So now you fixed the arm.
Okay.
Let's see if that worked.
You scienced the crap out of that, Peter Parker. You
That's
did.
right.
And now, look,
Oh,
there
look
it is.
at it.
Immediately working real good. Ta-da! You did it.
Doc's been testing new materials for the prosthetics. He asked me to review his work if I had
And
time.
then there will be other
Might as well begin
projects you
now.
can now do.
Okay.
Here, for example, that you can then just get some additional experience for. They're not
trying to
gonna
improve the
break the
prosthetics
bank if
hardware.
you don't want to do the puzzles. You
But
don't
you can
have
if
to
you
do
want.
anything beyond that.
Yeah.
But there are all these different ones, and then you can get like some resource
cool.
points and everything if you want to go through
I
all
like
of them.
that.
And then there's one other type of puzzle in here. There's also a lot of these bonus little like audio recordings or notes that Otto has left that you can listen to that will just give you a little bit more detail about their working relationship
Doc
and what
was
it is
testing
that
new
they're working
contact
on.
material for the
Now
prosthetic.
this is the other puzzle type, and this is also, these ones are pretty basic. So this one we're like, oh, I want this here. This needs to be this shape. This one needs to be this shape. Again, starts off very basic.
Right.
And these ones
Hydrogen
I actually found
Strong,
to
but there's a lot of
become
impedance.
much more difficult
tell
than
Doc to
the
keep looking for other
circuits.
Circle one.
materials.
Okay. Yeah.
The circuits, like regardless of how many things you need to connect, all end up being, for the most part, pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But
Get out of here
some
before I
of
screw things
the
up for
some of
Doc
the
even more.
spectrograph puzzles get really challenging. But there's nothing else we can really do for now, so let's ditch the lab coat and let's go outside.
He's put in a full day's work of
Right.
30 minutes.
Well, look, Otto's getting yelled at. There's
That's
no reason
true.
for you to stick
yeah,
around.
exactly.
Aw, poor suit's wrecked.
Oh, is it like frayed or something? Can you tell?
Yeah, it's a little bit
There's, like-
slashed and
Oh, that's
beat
cool.
up.
A little wear and tear on it.
All right,
Spider-Man,
where are we
it's
going?
Yuri.
We're
Fisk make it to
going
Rikers yet?
there.
Not Rikers. Our boy qualifies for the VIP treatment. He's in the raft.
Ah, joining Scorpion, Electro, and the rest. Fisk should be honored. That's a steamed company.
Can you swing by the precinct? Got
Never
an issue that
understood
could
why you
benefit
would put
from
all
your
the
unique skill
supervillains
set.
together.
For
It
you,
seems like a
Yuri,
bad idea.
anything. I'm on my way. Huh. Looks like Jameson's got a new
You'll also
episode out. Wonder what my
find
number one
over
fan
time
thinks about
that you are challenged to change up how you fight, how you traverse, and what you do. If you
Okay.
want to unlock these benchmarks, they're totally optional.
Yeah.
They give you experience. That's it. But they can be like, oh, do this. So this one, point launch 500 times.
Nice.
I've done 10. Or wall run for 5,000 meters, and so on. And so there are all these different types of benchmarks that are really just challenges
Right.
if you want to 100% the game, basically.
Oh, there's the radio show.
Yep.
Two-time Pulitzer Prize-winning former publisher of the Daily Bugle. Hey, plug the book. And as always, if you order Mr. Jameson's book, Spider-Man, Threat or Menace, within 24 hours of our broadcast, you'll get an autographed copy at no extra charge.
No personalizations. Don't ask. Not gonna get it. Welcome to Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson, alerting you to the threats you don't even know about. Let's dive right into the calls. Speak.
Okay, so not for nothing. You gotta give Spider-Man respect for taking down Wilson Fisk, right? I mean, one less mob boss is good for everyone.
Is that right? Tell me, are you a police officer?
So the city looks great, especially, and it sounds like weird to say, but especially at speed.
No.
Right.
Like as you just like
When
see
you're
the whole
swinging
cityscape,
through.
yeah, like going by, and occasionally you'll end up traversing through like some really cool element that you didn't expect. So there are these all these frames around the different roofs, and if you're going towards them, you may find that you this Spider-Man will he'll schloomp and zip right through. Like
cool.
he'll just like feet first.
Oh,
He'll
wow.
just slide through really quickly. It's awesome.
Yeah, and he spends a lot of time at that rooftop level, swinging around. He's
Yeah.
not, I mean, I know he has to go down to the street to fight people, obviously, but
And there's actually, so there's a ton of collectibles in this game, which we'll unlock here, and I'll show you in just a second. There's also some hidden collectibles that aren't on the list. Things like Daily Bugle newspapers, you can go and read a certain number of them.
Oh, cool.
And they're sort of like a hidden collectible. They're not counting towards unlocking suits or abilities or anything like that, but they're just an extra thing.
They're just there. Okay.
No ball this year anyway.
If you want that
We
platinum.
spent too much integrating Oscorp's surveillance tech.
So the relationship between Spider-Man and Yuri, I really like this character. She's great.
Yeah.
Citywide.
Well, and this is a good,
They tell me
you know,
someone sabotaged the central server. and now all
link
the
for
files are
him
on.
to, you know, the police force and.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
So you can see there his
Figure it out
suit's a little
later.
bit ripped up
Right
across
now
the
we
chest
need
and
to get
everything.
things back online. Fast.
And you called me?
Oh yeah, okay.
Aw, that's sweet.
I called someone I could trust. Plus, the signals are scrambled and we have no idea how to fix it.
This is like the Batman Commissioner Gordon
I love a
relationship,
challenge.
kinda.
Yeah.
You break it, you buy it.
I thought you trusted me.
So
take a look at this tower.
this is
Input
sort of
range
how
has been
you
shifted.
unlock the city. You can traverse anywhere.
Okay.
But this is how you'll expose all the different collectibles, and then this will help you find them.
Are these like fast travel locations or something? Or
The police stations do become fast travel locations, but these are sort of towers throughout the city.
Not just
Okay.
pretty mad.
So now that these are unlocked, they'll show you like backpacks. They'll show you crimes that are happening
okay.
nearby.
Great.
They'll
But
show you the
just
map
so you know,
itself.
Got
I
it.
had to sync up with the tower to fix it. I'm seeing all crime
And
data
then
in the area
and
now.
it's
Looks like there's a
Oscorp,
break-in
so
happening
we're
near me.
we're now
Great.
sort
I've
of
got units
introducing
nearby.
Norman
bother.
Osborn.
Yes.
into the game a
So
little bit more.
yeah. So Oscorp is in this universe, but right now Norman Osborn is also the mayor.
Right. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
So there you can see, because we've unlocked this tower, we've unlocked this section of the city,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
showing us like, here's the police station, there's
Very
a crime
cool.
right here, here's what the geography looks like, you know, and you can zoom in or out, and see here's the like all of these different areas that over time you'll unlock them by
Okay.
getting their towers, and then they'll show you the collectibles in their area. But right now, we're gonna go to the crime. And a lot of these, there will be random crimes that pop up, and then there will be certain ones that also count towards collectibles.
Okay.
Do it. Watch my back.
And this is kind of cutscene right here, just because it's introducing you to the whole
sure these
concept.
guys
But for the
didn't
most
forget their
part,
keys.
you'll just see something and you'll drop immediately into combat.
They don't.
No
okay.
loading.
Nice. Yeah, they don't look suspicious at all.
No, not at all. So
Crowbarring a door open while 5 others left.
here's another example of enemies that you have to then approach differently.
Got it.
So this guy you can't just punch; he'll block your attacks
Got
with
it.
his crowbar.
'Cause he's
So
got a
then you
melee.
have to knock him in the air. But there will be other enemies that you don't want to launch in the air because they'll then mess you up. And also, oh, I don't have them unlocked yet, but when you can also get additional gadgets that will help you do things like, so some of these guys are standing near a wall. I could theoretically web them straight into a wall,
Nice.
but it helps to have another gadget to do that will add knockback.
Now these crimes are optional to get involved in.
Yes.
Okay.
So this one is story based, so you kind of
Okay,
have
you
to,
have to, okay.
because it's just introducing you to the concept of crime, and then after that, it's basically you're on your own. So here you get a crime token, and
Okay.
then you'll be able to spend your crime
Okay,
token
wrapped up.
on,
Thanks for that.
like if you're like
Now
maybe
I'm seeing
unlocking
an
a
assault
suit,
near
or
you.
sometimes
Ooh.
the different
Good luck, Yuri.
gadgets, or sometimes
Your
a different
favorite
ability,
tough
or a
but
different
lovable
suit
muscle.
module.
Seen
They all
too much
require these
detective
different
is in
sorts of
town.
resources.
What? No. You promised you wouldn't do that any...
Spider cop.
Please, no.
Yuri's not happy with you.
Well, she just doesn't like Spider Cop. Oh. So now there's another crime that we can go take care of. And you'll see here on these crimes, there's also bonus objectives.
Okay.
So if you complete those, then you get sometimes extra tokens or extra rewards.
Okay.
So we'll do that one really quick, and then I think that about does it as far as like introducing. Oh no, we should introduce backpacks and then just to show off like how most of the collectibles work, and then we'll call it the intro.
Okay.
Although I mean I can just sit here playing this all day, so I have to call it somewhere.
It's really fun just watching. This is one of those that's.
So you're the snitch.
Back off, creep.
Yep, she's the one.
I said back off.
She looks like she's in trouble.
Yeah.
She could use Spider.
Spider Cop.
Get away from her.
Yeah, despite what Yuri says, she could use a Spider Cop right now.
She could use a Spider Cop. So here's where we're introduced to the heavies, the brutes.
Okay.
Where you can't just like
big
watch this
boys.
guy, like you can't just attack him.
No.
You have to like those are ones that you have to web up.
I was gonna say.
And they will hit you really hard. And they do not like you.
Woo! Oh yeah, so now we have a variety of yeah.
And there's my heavy. Who does not be nice to me.
Oh. Okay, so now you got him. Now you can like Kingpin.
Yes.
Basically.
Kingpin is basically a
brute. Yeah.
Ooh. This dude is messing me up. But nice thing is, brutes are also susceptible to being walled to stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
All right,
got him.
So at least got him.
Barely.
Whew.
Walk away now.
Nearly embarrassed himself. And then here's one more mini game where you're like, oh, I had to do this, and then decide.
Oh, that's cool. Nice.
That's only occasionally, and that's usually in more scripted story-based stuff. But it's kind of cool when it happens.
Yeah, totally.
All clear, ma'am.
I knew Jameson was wrong about you. You're a little weird, but you got a good heart.
Have you got somewhere to go?
Oh, his
I can take care of myself.
pull up now.
I'm sure you can, but just in case, there's a place called the Feast Center.
Seen it. I don't want charity.
They got the best wheat cakes in the city, hands down.
Mom used to make those. Haven't had any in a long time. I'll check it out. Thanks, Spider Guy.
It's Spider-Man.
I'm a man! Spider-Man!
Be able to spot the next tower from up there.
All right, so...
Now it's kind of directing you to the next tower.
Yeah, just because this way we'll, this is where I think we'll do backpacks.
Okay.
From his elevated position, Spider Cop spies his destination. A second surveillance tower.
Are you narrating yourself?
What? No, of course not. The chief never did understand Spider Cop. Thought he was a loose cannon.
Already regretting this.
I can modify these towers to track more than just crimes.
A lot of little mini games in this.
Lots of little tiny, just momentary mini games.
Right, not anything super challenging.
And there's your first backpack.
Ooh,
so
cool.
backpacks are one of the
Towers are picking
collectible
up all kinds
currencies.
of
They're one of
RFID
the first ones that
signals
you'll
now,
use to
including one
like
nearby.
unlock new suits and that kind of thing. There's 55 of them scattered through the city. And the nice thing about collectibles in this game is you can expose them at any time, like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you just like push in the right stick and it'll show you exactly where they are.
Yeah.
So you're not like hunting around going, I don't understand. Like,
Yeah.
there's something hidden somewhere in the city, but I don't know where.
It'll show you where they are.
Yes, and so but it also, so if you push in the right stick, it shows like the beams of light, basically where everything is located, and then it will also show their specific position. But then that will also go away so that you're not constantly surrounded by annoying pillars of light if you don't want that.
Yeah, yeah.
And so now I've unlocked the sort of second area here.
Does it all take place on Manhattan?
It does.
Okay, yeah.
It does.
You
It all
can
takes
kind of
place
see
on
the
Manhattan.
other. I can see Brooklyn and some of the other boroughs.
And just to give you an indication of the number of collectibles, those are all different types of collectibles. Dang. So there are several different types of crimes that count as collectibles.
Yep. Okay.
And then there are also like a bunch of them. And for the most part, you'll use them for unlocking stuff. So you get research points out of them, or there's landmarks that you just take a photo of.
Okay.
Or there's some like specific challenges that you complete that's like a stealth challenge or whatever.
Okay.
And then there's also bases. So you'll find a Fisk base where there's a bunch of, it's like a construction site that's being used as a front, and you shut it down, and then that's a base collectible.
And so it says you've gotten 1 out of 6 backpacks. That's just in this.
That's in
this
zone. Neighborhood.
Got it. Okay.
So it's broken down into the Financial District, Chinatown, Greenwich, Hell's Kitchen, Midtown, Upper East Side, Central Park, Upper West Side, and Harlem.
Nice.
So it's broken into all those different neighborhoods, and they all have their own sets of collectibles.
Okay.
And then the nice thing, at least, is it will tell you exactly how many you have in each thing, in addition to exactly where they are.
Yeah.
So it's not trying to like make you hunt and torture you,
Right.
but you will find that those collectibles add up. So if you barrel through the story without doing any collectibles, then like once you get to the collectible mode, you may find it kind of monotonous because it's like a lot. So what I ended up doing with the game was sort of doing like a story mission and then going off and doing some collectible stuff and then going and doing a story mission and trying to balance it out.
Not just zooming through the story.
Yeah. So that's Spider-Man, and it's out tomorrow.
That looks great. Just right there when you were kind of doing the the camera
do
spin.
Do a nice little.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, so cool.
Have a nice little look at the city.
Looks awesome. I feel like this looks exactly like what was advertised, you know.
You know what this game could really use more of?
What's that?
Puddles.
Don't start.
All right, let us know if you're planning on picking up Spider-Man in the comments, and if you find seeing the early gameplay helpful for establishing sort of like what the game is, what the game isn't, and what you can expect from it. So let us know if this is helpful for you in the comments, and make sure that as well, let us know if you're picking Spider-Man up. If you want to get more Spider-Man gameplay and everything, I think we're going to put up some tips tomorrow for new players.
Oh,
just
cool.
because, you know, I've finished the game.
You got
John's,
tips?
Yeah, I got tips for
she
days.
Got tips.
Just to make it a little bit easier to get started.
Totally.
So
those are handy.
Yeah, to make sure you can find that. If you're not subscribed to us already, subscribe to the Know, and we'll have a bunch more. Also talking more about Spider-Man on our podcast, Glitch Please, this week. So much more Spider-Man to come.
Ton of Spider-Man content.
Yeah, so much.
I'm excited. See you later.